but your responsibility for making that collaboration happen and your responsibility for having it fail.
Well, I'll take all responsibility. You know, I am the owner of the team, and if it's not working, it's really up to me. And this is why, you know, we're making a change.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed, and I don't know, and I don't think that owner is around an organization like that. But I was very disappointed when I heard this news because I thought Brian Flores, he did a great job of coming in there and really changing the locker room around. You talk about changing the culture. That's exactly what he was trying to do. And now they're talking about, well, there's some disagreements between like the future of the head, the general manager. They had disagreements on the quarterback and the future of the franchise. And I'm like, the head coach is more important than the general manager. The general manager is responsible for going out there getting talent, but ultimately the coach knows exactly the type of player that he wants. So to me, if anything, the general manager should have been gone, not Brian Flores. And when you're coming in as a young black coach, it takes a lot. It takes a lot for him to step in there and make a lot of tough decisions and do things that make people uncomfortable. But in order to win on the next level, you have to make people uncomfortable. You have to make some decisions that might offend some people. And, you know, for the life of me, the goal was to beat the Patriots, right? He beat the Patriots twice. He beat Belichick twice in 1 year. And to me, how do you fire a guy off of that? You know, is his personality too strong? Is he not a do-boy like you want him to? Like, I just didn't understand, and I'm very, very disappointed because any owner, any organization should appreciate what Brian Flores was doing for this team, and I'm very, very disappointed. This is definitely a step back.
I'll be stunned if he doesn't get another job and get another job quickly. Right? He's been more successful than the GM, and that's where this doesn't make sense, right? He's been more successful than the GM. The GM's been there going all the way back. He was the director of scouting going back to 2007. Miami Dolphins have been a bad team for a long time. Been the GM since 2016. They've had some great teams since 2016. And the disagreement from which I continue to hear was that Flores wanted to draft Herbert, which would have been a better pick than Tua. And Tua's okay. I don't want to come down on Tua. Justin Herbert would have been a better pick. Brian Flores.
Wait.
And the owner wanted to pick Tua. Go.
Wait. Come on, man. They can't win with Tua. They can't win with Tua. They just can't win with Tua. And I think Brian Flores probably wanted Deshaun Watson. But when you look and you go out there and you see the type of aggressive style defense that they play, rebuilding offensive line, and then you have Tua. And every time Tua gets hit or he drops back, you're thinking interception, you're thinking injury. And to me, you just can't play football like that when you're afraid of your quarterback constantly getting hurt. You're afraid of your quarterback throwing an interception. You know, I wasn't sold on Tua either. I loved him at Alabama. You know, he did his thing. But in the pros, he's just not that guy. He's getting better. He's an average quarterback. There's nothing special about Tua. It's nothing special about him on the professional level, Jack. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you. But you could see Greer and you could see Ross, the owner, getting together and making the pick of Tua, right? That they collectively had trumped Flores, who was a new guy to the program, and go, no, we're going to take Tua. So then they're just going to go out together and go, oh, well, if we miss this, we have to continue to ride down this path and go down this. And Flores is going, no, I said I was against this from the beginning. I'm still against this. We're winning off good defense. You know, we just had a 10-win season. Now we had a 9-win season. It's because of what we're doing within the foundation of this program, and they're still stuck. So you got this tug and pull, right? You got two guys at the top who want one quarterback. You got the coach who's winning the games who wants to go a different direction. And it's not specific to the Miami Dolphins. This happens in other places, right, where you have coach and GM or front offices who want to do different things. And it always seems to come back to the quarterback position. My guess is that another team, it may be Chicago, it may be, any of these openings, New York, another team is going to very quickly go, Brian Flores, a guy who now is experienced, a guy who was just trending upward, maybe faster than any young coach in football, any new coach in football. He's a perfect hire for any other program. I think it's insane. I think it's absolutely insane that after 3 seasons, especially the way they're trending, that you would move on from Brian Flores. To me, it's one of the single biggest front office mistakes that I've seen maybe in the last 5 or 10 years.
Absolutely, and you see Emmanuel Acho, and you see a lot of these people sending these tweets, man, because I felt the same way. Like, I thought he was doing an excellent job. I thought he had full command of the locker room. I thought he was really changing the culture and bringing some toughness. He beat Bill Belichick twice in a year. Who's done that? Like, not many have done that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just so disappointed. I played against the Dolphins. I've been following the Dolphins. When was the last time the Dolphins were in the Super Bowl?
Poof.
Was it last time I know they went undefeated?
Time.
Was that 72? 1972? That was the year I was born.
Yeah, I think that's right.
72. So, right. Man, to me, but you know what? Maybe this is the best thing for Brian Flores. He got a chance to go down there and really get some coaching experience. And wherever he goes to the next place, they're going to get a damn good coach, but also they're going to get a guy that's highly experienced. So I'm rooting. I know we're both rooting for Brian Flores. He'll bounce back on his feet, no question about it. And maybe it's in Denver.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good one too. But you know how you know it's bad management too is when you lose 7 games early in the year and then you win 8 out of your last 9. It's not like it was the opposite. They got hot towards the end of the year, and then you're just like, oh no, let's move on. It's like that's when you know there's something fishy with that one. All right, let's get to the next one, which is the Giants. This is sort of a breaking newser. They move on from Joe Judge. How surprised are you to hear that?
I'm not. I was more surprised to hear that Joe Judge got a head coaching job. I'm like, I was in the Patriots organization. I never knew Joe Judge. Like, who the hell is Joe Judge? You know, and all of a sudden he gets this head coaching job and he's yelling. He's talking about a clown show in the Washington football team, and you could just see his inexperience. And for Joe Judge, maybe it was a money grab to get as much money as he possibly could, and then now he can go back and be an assistant and he doesn't have to be the front guy. But I was really stunned that the Giants hired this guy. And these organizations, they keep hiring these guys, keep firing them, no stability. It's crazy to me, man. And these are billion-dollar companies, and they don't know what the heck they're doing. It's just like they're flushing money down the drain. And it's like, do you evaluate football? Like, do you have really good football people around you to let you know when a decision is good or bad? Or are you just doing this off of analytics? I just don't understand these organizations anymore, bro.
You summed that one up. All right, let's get to another firing that we have. The Bears, Matt Nagy. This is one that you could probably go back to about week 5 or 6, maybe week 8 at the latest, and you knew this one was coming. The Bears let him coach out the season because it seems to be what they do. It's part of their process to let them, no matter how bad it gets, they're going to let you burn down with the house that you built. Nagy gone. Where the heck do they go from here?
Man, let me tell you, this is no surprise to me, and this is something that I've been calling for a while. You know, Matt Nagy wasn't good. He just wasn't good. I mean, for him to come in and give Andy Dalton the job, that's the thing that really pissed me off because, you know, you can't give a guy a job. We're all professionals. We're in that locker room. We're fighting and clawing for our families, for our team, and you give a guy a job. Like, who the heck is Andy Dalton for you to give him anything? What has he done? What has he won? You know what I'm saying? It's like, Andy Dalton, you're giving him a job. And when Matt Nagy did that, being a guy from the Chicagoland area, I was very disappointed, and I knew the Bears would not have a great season. Then you think about the defense, all the wasted time, all the talent, all those guys have gotten older. Akeem Hicks has gotten older. Khalil Mack, Eddie Jackson. He's, you know, they need to move on from him, paying him $14-15 million a year, and he stinks up the place. So if it's me, once again, I'm looking at a Jim Caldwell. I'm looking at an Eric Bieniemy. I'm looking at a Byron Leftwich, somebody that can come in and work directly with Justin Fields and really just be able to take him to the next level.
I'm right there with you. Offensive coach, that's what Nagy was brought in there to do, and they never played good offense. I mean, they're scoring 18 points per game on offense this year. He's had 2 quarterbacks with an opportunity to do it, Trubisky, Justin Fields. I mean, if anybody should be impatient, it was Nagy. Instead, he's playing the patient game, and bye-bye. Vikings, that's a place who was pretty patient with their coach. Coach Zimmer, 8 years he had. Some great defenses. If you go back 3 or 4 years, top of the league, that has fallen off since sort of post-COVID, really. Since the COVID season, they've been at the bottom of the NFL. Now Zimmer, that final game without Kirk Cousins, who was out with COVID as they went in there to play the Packers, he is on his way out from the Vikings.
Look, man, and he said it, I mean, they tried everything they could in the 8 years that he was there. But to me, the Vikings just need some fresh, young energy. They just need something fresh. They need to get rid of Kubiak as the son Kubiak. What is his name? Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator. I think he's horrible. They need to get rid of him. Justin Jefferson alluded to it many of times that he's not happy with the offense, and he's your star player. Adam Thielen is starting to get a little older. He's starting to get hurt. Dalvin Cook is still very, very efficient. But at the end of the day, man, you got to move on, and you got to get a new head coach in there that's going to bring some energy, bring some excitement, get that defense back flying around, playing well. They're getting older, so you look at this job, you try to figure out, well, they still guaranteed Kirk Cousins $35 million this year. So do you, as an organization, do you pay 15, 20 million of that and try to trade him? Or do you keep him and pay him a full $35 million? Like, what organization guarantees Kirk Cousins $35 million? It's just ridiculous. I'm happy for Kirk, but at the end of the day, if you're trying to win a championship, it's not going to be like that. And Kirk just played well for him.
Right, he has, and their defenses have just gone. He sort of took them up, and they've come right back down ever since. I think Zimmer will link on as a defensive coordinator somewhere, and I think we'll see him latch on. And he's creative. I mean, shoot, he does things that screw with Aaron Rodgers' mind, so he's a creative mind, and I think he'll be a good fit. 65 years old, still got some good career ahead of him. New energy, new coach will be heading into the program.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.